How are the players not fucking fighting this shit? Coach, stop playing a tiny ass lineup to close this fucking game. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Why are the players not fighting this? It makes you look worse. Steph, you look worse at the fucking 2. Clay, you look worse at the 3. Wiggins, you're a joke at the 4. Kuminga, you can never play the fucking 4. You guys are 3s. Why are you not arguing against this? And he's making you look worse. Listen, man, the Warriors, I agree with your point about Loon. He's problematic. I think the Warriors have gotten away with his deficiencies in the past because Wiggins and Clay have been more reliable offensively in general. So, and Looney, he's never really finished games. With certain exceptions, he's never been a closer. He starts games, and I think who starts games isn't
closing.
Isn't so important as much as who closes and finishes games. So this whole Chris Paul thing, Chris Paul had a decent game, especially in the second half, hitting that big time 3-pointer to close that third quarter, and he hit some good shots and whatever. But then you close with him, and that's where the problem lies. Because if anybody can enlighten me on what was the advantage of finishing the game with Chris Paul offensively, please enlighten me. How did they do? They scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. So, and then they weren't doing shit on offense with Chris Paul holding the ball while Steph is getting walled off by Kawhi and being content while the rest of his teammates figure it out. And so, please, if somebody can enlighten me, how it was advantageous for the Warriors offensively, because that's the reason you close with Chris Paul if you're Steve Kerr, right? Because he gives you an advantage by closing with him from an offensive standpoint, because defensively, it's certainly not helping you. It is killing you. It is killing you. You have to double everything. You have to double everybody. It doesn't matter who you play. You have to double them because you're too small and you can't guard anybody one-on-one. And then you have Kuminga closing now on top of that. Nobody is reliable from a defensive standpoint. How do you expect to close a game like this when you know that you can't get any stops?
Jim,
and you have to double everybody. That's not a real defense to close a game.
100%. No, Jim, I agree with you. I think you're right. You've been right about the Chris Paul closing thing. I've never disagreed with that.
Get him out of here. He doesn't fit with this team. Chris Paul's he's a good player, of course. He's one of the top point guards ever. So this is not a criticism of, he sucks or something. It's just about his fit with this team and how Steve Kerr uses him. Like I've been saying, they're 4-12 in their last 16 games. 4-12. They're one of the worst teams in the league. And this all started with Steve Kerr going to these tiny lineups. I've been begging them to stop it since game 1 when they did it against the Suns, because it limits your defense. You put Steph at the 2 to close a game. What are you doing? You put Clay at POA. What are you doing? You put Wiggins at the 4. You put Kuminga at the 4. What are you doing? These are POA guys that you're putting at the 4. Asking them to rebound and box out against guys that are like 30, 40, 50 pounds heavier than them. What the fuck? What kind of stupidity is that? You have literally designed the worst possible combination you can use to close a game. It is literally non-reliable defensively. That's why I've been saying, no matter, even when Steph does come up clutch a number of times, it's still not enough. It's still not enough because your defense doesn't hold up enough. Not even close. So that's why they keep losing these fucking games. Well, I told you like a month ago that this shit was not going to stop.
Jim, it would help if your defensive anchor could stay on the court, be in the games, and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And it hurts that Draymond is out. He's obviously a critical piece. I really think that he needs to play the 4 to close games moving forward until they get a trade for an actual 4, a stretch 4 that can play alongside Draymond as a 5. Because Draymond is not the same either. He doesn't rebound the same anymore. His help is not the same anymore. The guy a couple of years ago was averaging 1.7 steals per game. This year he's averaging 0.4. Like, he's just not the same anymore. And then you're asking him to, rebound over these giants when he's not what he was anymore. And then you have smaller guys across the board at every position. On top of that, nobody is helping him. So these lineups are designed to fail. So until they get somebody in a trade where they can play these small lineups where the defense actually works, you got to stop doing it. But this imbecile charlatan claiming to be a fucking coach doing this nonsense for how many fucking games? They're not gonna re-sign him after this. They're worse than a play-in team. They are 3 games below a play-in team. Okay? So they're not gonna re-sign him. He's gone. He's gone. He's fucking out of here. Dunzo. Thank you for your services. Goodbye. We're done. Outdated offensive system, garbage defense. Nothing he's doing works. Everything they have done wrong has started with his decisions.
Hey, Jim,
so, if you're not going to sign him anyway, if you're not going to re-sign him anyway, get him the fuck out of here early right now so that you can still try to salvage this fucking season. Because I still see a winning group of guys that are capable of playing much better than this.
Yeah.
With better strategies, better lineups defensively. He finally played Trayce tonight. 5 fucking minutes. Yeah, how the fuck is that going to get anybody in rhythm? How the fuck is that going to grow anybody?
Yeah,
what the fuck is that?
Jim, can you hear me?
I think that's a big issue.
So he's not allowing anybody to get better. He doesn't want to bench Looney because, seniority. Oh, I love Looney. He's my type of player. I will never bench him. Get the fuck out of here. Get Steve Kerr the fuck out of this fucking team, bro. That's all that fucking matters. You go get a Siakam, he will find a way to fuck that up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know about that, Jim.
Yeah.
Twitch, go ahead.
Maybe.
Right.
If he does, if we were to get Siakam and he fucks it up, Jim, then obviously he's 100% out. But I also think the roster is just... You're right, though. I agree with you. I think you are right. He's not doing the most he can.
Jim, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Most he can.
Yeah.
He's closing games with a 6-foot point guard, a 6'2" point guard, fucking Klay Thompson, who is like a shell of himself, and then a guy who's not even a good rebounder at his own fucking position at the power forward position.
Jim,
get the fuck out of here.
Jim, who do you think, what other coach currently in the league do you think would be a better fit for the Golden State Warriors right now than Steve Kerr?
Anybody who's not a fucking charlatan playing tiny ass lineups that can't defend. You have to double team every fucking body. Nobody can get easy fucking points in the paint because you're fucking tiny.
So here's the thing. When the Warriors had Mark Jackson,
you can get Kenny Atkinson the fuck out of here too. What the fuck has that guy done since he replaced Mike Brown? And then he comes into this game tonight and the Warriors they're trying to gain some momentum. There's 4 seconds left in the shot clock. And then you come to the half court and pick up a technical foul? And then the other team gets a free throw and a 3-pointer on top of that because the fucking shot clock got reset to 14 when it was at like 4. What the fuck?
Okay.
At least don't fucking hurt the team actively while the game is going on.
Now, Jim, you're nitpicking Kerr's game, and I'm not saying that you're incorrect or wrong, but what I'd like you to do is to nitpick somewhat another coach's particular game and strategy, and let me know how that would work with the Golden State Warriors.
Well, first and foremost, any serious coach whatsoever.
You can't know without having a coach.
Serious coach. Ime Udoka is a good example, by the way. The Houston fucking Rockets are way better than the fucking Warriors this year. Did anybody expect that? What the fucking rosters these respective teams have? Get the fuck out of here, man. First thing you do as a coach is make sure that your fucking defense works. Any serious team gets their defense right, and if their defense is not right, then you stop playing motherfuckers and get motherfuckers that can play some fucking defense into the fucking rotation. You have Trayce, and you have Garuba too, by the way.
Yeah, Garuba.
You can try
that's
any
another
number
one,
of these motherfuckers. Look at what the Lakers did. Austin Reeves started the season.
Oh, Jim.
And then they were dog water defensively.
All right,
Theo was no good. So what happened? What happened? What happened? Darvin Ham benched Austin Reeves, who just got fucking paid to be a starting caliber player for that team. He made that decision and he let a fucking vets minimum Cam Reddish.
And what does he do?
Vets minimum Cam Reddish replaced them in the starting lineup, and it fucking fixed their defense.
Yeah,
that's what a good fucking coach does. Because you care about defense, because if you don't play defense, you don't win fucking games. If you guys haven't fucking noticed.
Look, I'm the last person to defend.
So fix your defense. I don't give a fuck about your offense. The Timberwolves are 18th on offense, and they're number 1 on defense. They're the best fucking team in the league.
Yeah, Jim! Let's go, Jim! Spit, Jim! Let's go! Yeah! Good shit!
That 2 fucking years ago. Two
Yes.
fucking years ago, the Warriors are 17th on offense. Number 1 on defense, and they won a fucking championship. Get a motherfucking clue. How are the players not fucking fighting this shit? Coach, stop playing a tiny ass lineup to close this fucking game. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Why are the players not fighting this? It makes you look worse. Steph, you look worse at the fucking 2. Clay, you look worse at the 3. Wiggins, you're a joke at the 4. Kuminga, you can never play the fucking 4. You guys are 3s. Why are you not arguing against this? He's making you look worse. Draymond, do you go defense or not?
You're not wrong.
Get a
yo.
fucking
Like, he hasn't said a damn thing that's not fact. Like that's the funny part about it. Like he's
Jim, you should be a comedian, Jim. You got to be a comedian, Jim.
He's spitting though. Like no, real talk. He's spitting. Like it's nothing he said is wrong. Like
you know, you'll have to understand a bit more what Kerr is doing. Now, I'm not saying that he's right, that Kerr is right.
It's no, man. It's as simple as you're not maximizing what the talent you have available. It's that simple.
Yeah, but it is a little more complicated than that.
There's no but, and it's not fucking complicated. Fix your fucking defense. He's a fucking charlatan for doing this and thinking that it's okay. Chris Paul, Steph Curry lineup to close. What the fuck are we talking about?
You're not making any sense. At this point, to me, you're not making sense because you're pointing out problems, but no solutions whatsoever. You're nitpicking, going into the details. What? You're going into details on why Steve Kerr is bad, but you're not going into details on why another coach would be better.
Don't ever fucking call him Steve Curry, first of all. What the fuck is wrong with you? His name is not Steve fucking Curry.
No, I'm not
ever fucking associate Steph Curry like that with that motherfucker's name.
How much you hate Steve Kerr? I've heard it enough.
The motherfucker is playing Kuminga and Sarge together all fucking season long, and it's breaking their fucking defense even when they're fucking healthy. How many fucking times have I said that they need to get Trayce into the center spot, put Dario at the 4 where he fucking belongs, put Kuminga at the 3 so that there's no longer any fucking pressure on him to rebound when he's not a good fucking rebounder, and you had GP2 at POA, and then you have a good fucking defensive lineup. There's literally sample sizes of it. And then he fucking went away from it. So don't tell me that I haven't been giving solutions. You just haven't fucking heard them.
Really? Okay.
Damn.
So,
hold on. Let me just deviate for 1 second. First of all, Swish, I was on a major rant there, and this was all about Steve for me. It wasn't about you. It's just that you came in with like a rebuttal that counters, and it's a bad counter to what I was talking about, which is fix your defense. And there's no excuse or logic behind anything that you can say that could defend these small lineups, tiny lineups, Sarge at the 5, all of this nonsense defensively. You got to fix your defense. And if you're going against that, my volume went up because it was already up. I was going at Steve Kerr, not you. So number 1, I want to clarify that. Number 2, Urkel, you had like, I saw In-N-Out Burger account in the spaces listening. Congratulations, man. You got some big time accounts listening in.
Real In-N-Out Burger account though? That could be just like
it was a real one.
Man,
doesn't have a whole lot of. I mean, for In-N-Out Burger, you think it would have like 1 million followers or something? It had like 20-something thousand. No disrespect. I'm just saying.
Is this sponsored by In-N-Out?
Might be.
Hey, I mean, you want to